this here in North America, especially in Canada. They call it bok choy. So I have two varieties. The regular one you find in the Caribbean with the big leaves, which has already been washed. You really gotta wash. You gotta pick the leaves apart and wash them really well because there's usually sand in between them. This one here is the smaller, more leafy version, and I believe the package here in Canada, they called it Shanghai bok choy. But today we're calling everything pak choy because that is what I grew up calling it. Now, as far as prepping it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a few of these leaves like so. We're just gonna stack them together. And we're gonna cut down the stems like so. And then we're gonna give it a trim. The leaves, we're just gonna roll it up like a cigar, like that. And that is it. The same thing we will do with the traditional one. I'll just show you with one leaf. So we've got one leaf here. I'm just gonna smash it. And the white parts will take a little bit longer to cook. That is why we're cutting it up a little bit smaller. And that is basically how you will prep it. It's all prepped. Looks like quite a bit, but this will wilt down considerably, and there is the bottom sort of white stalky parts. But yeah, we all prepped now. I've got onion, garlic, a pimento pepper, and I've got two of these sort of chili peppers, and I've got the leftover stewed pork. We will also need salt and black pepper. I've got 2 tablespoons of olive oil on a medium flame, and I'm gonna go in right away with the onion, and that is just a medium onion, all diced up. Just gonna move that around, and I'm using a non-stick pan here tonight. One, to cut back on the amount of oil that I use. I could have cut back to 1 tablespoon, to be honest with you. I would have been fine. But more importantly, I'm too lazy to go downstairs to get a nice wide pan. If you have something with high sides, it'll be better because we're gonna stack this and it's gonna wilt down. But I'm gonna turn my heat down to low, and I'm gonna hit that with some black pepper. And if you haven't seen the video yet for making the stewed pork, head over to youtube.com/CaribbeanPot and you will find it there. I will link it down below as well. And I just want that to soften up a bit and kind of flavor the oil with that onion. As that niceness happens in the pot there, I'm gonna go in with my garlic. I didn't put it at the start because I didn't want it to burn, and that is about 6 cloves of garlic that I just smashed. I gave a rough chop to. I have the pimento pepper or seasoning pepper. It looks vibrant and it smells incredible. Something I grow every year in the garden. Tons of flavor. It's called a seasoning pepper or flavor pepper or pimento pepper. So no heat, but the flavor, I'm telling you. And for the heat, we've got the sort of bird's eye or chili pepper there. Just gonna move that around. If you want to keep that out, you can keep that out if that is not your thing. Heat is not your thing. It's all about enjoying flavors and heat level and everything that you like. So everything is customizable to pretty much your own liking. Couple more minutes. Being mindful that we don't want to burn the garlic, we just want to use it to flavor the oil here. This is where now I'm going to turn my heat up to medium, and we're going to start adding all of that lovely pak choy or bok choy, depending on what you call it, to the pot. It will look like a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but it will wilt down. I guarantee you that. If you have a lid and you want to speed up the process, you can certainly do that. What I like doing at this point is adding my salt, and I like using sea salt as we've discussed before, but we're gonna just keep adding more, and as it wilts down, we're gonna keep tossing it. and you can already see how much is wilted down. So earlier when I said it would wilt down, I wasn't lying. Uncle Chris don't lie like that. No man, there's no reason for lying. Anyhow, what I want to show you all, let's see if we can move this aside. All that liquid there, that pak choy or bok choy is probably about 80 or 90% liquid. So yeah, don't put a lid on there. We're trying to cook that down now and burn off all that liquid. By burning off that liquid, what will happen is two things. The pak choy will fully cook, and two, will intensify the flavor. We'll get that nice raw pak choy flavor or bok choy flavor. You know, if you like it, you like it. You don't like it, well, reserve comment here, Chris. Reserve comment. Now, I know a lot of you are always asking for more vegetarian and vegan recipes. You don't necessarily have to add that stewed pork to this dish. Nah, man, you don't. And you will get one of the most delightful little vegan vegetarian recipes if you don't add that pork to there. But that said, adding the pork, next level thing. And one of the reasons why I like adding my stewed pork to here is because the ginger element in my stew pork. So if you're doing this fully vegan, fully vegetarian, without adding any stewed meats to it, grate in a little ginger in there. Now, if you don't have stewed pork, you have stewed chicken or stewed beef, works just as great. If you all you have is some salted cod, toss some salted cod in there. It's a proper thing. It will take about 25 minutes from, and you notice most of that liquid is gone. So it's been 25 minutes. What I'm going to do now is, here's where we're going to add, you know, this big chunk of garlic. That there is the prize. I'm telling you. I'm just going to make a little hole there. There's still a little bit of liquid there, but here is where we're going to add that stewed pork. And again, the recipe is available caribbeanpot.com, or if you check right here on YouTube, you will see it there as well. The idea now is to distribute all of that flavor throughout the dish, like so. Boom, and I'm telling you, boy, you see that little extra stewed pork that we just added there? Game changer when it comes to this dish, yeah, boy. So I'm just gonna burn off completely all the liquid now, and that's gonna tighten up the dish and make it nice and flavorful and everything else. Yeah, look at that. Just look at that now, boy. I'm telling you, boy, Uncle Chris eating like a king tonight. Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie? Irie. It's been about 4 minutes since I added the leftover stewed pork to the pot. Two sort of personalizations you can do at this point. One, taste it for salt and adjust it to your own liking. And two, notice there's still a little bit of moisture there. You can, this is fully cooked. And if you're eating this with roti or something and you want that little gravy on the bottom there, yeah, you can turn off the stove. My mom, lady, doesn't like that liquid there. No, she will cook that down dry. So that is what I am doing. It's going to take another 5 minutes or so on that medium-high heat. But I'm telling you, when you burn that off there, when you fry it down according to her, best flavors ever. That said, Uncle Chris gone. Yeah, gone. Always a pleasure having you guys here in the kitchen with me. Personalize it to your own liking there. Bok choy or pak choy, whatever you call it, with that stewed pork. I do hope you guys get the opportunity to give this one a try. You know, it works with, you know, any sort of green. So even if you have, and you would have seen me do some of these recipes, even if you have just plain old spinach or Swiss chard or kale, all those things work great in here. The other thing is, if you have dashing bush bhaji, I'm telling you, boy. Anyhow, Uncle Chris gone.